Hello, and welcome to History 112, United States Post-Civil War History. My name is Nadia Colon, and I will be your instructor for the spring semester. I am excited to get to know all of you and to have you get to know me. To help you get to know me, here are some fun facts about me. I attended college at the University of Delaware, where I studied international relations and history. I enjoy being out in nature and traveling. I have a small dog named Chai, which you may see at some point during the semester on video. I'm also the International Education Coordinator for the Wilmington campus. The purpose of this welcome video is to show you around our D2L page and explain how Unit 1 will work. I know this may seem obvious for those of you who are experienced in taking classes here at Del Tech, but some of you may be new to our institution. Let's begin by looking at our D2L page. Once on our D2L page, the first module you should investigate is the Getting Started tab. Within the Getting Started tab, you will find essential information for the course. These resources include a Meet Your Instructor tab, which you can find information on how to contact me and on how to schedule student hours. You can schedule student hours with me through my Calendly link. Next, you can check out the college-wide History 112 syllabi. This document includes a brief description and information on what you should have achieved and learned by the end of this course. For example, you should be able to define and explain the Reconstruction, summarize the plans for reestablishing the Union, and be able to compare and contrast the efficiency of various reunification policies. Read this document and let me know if you have any questions. Next is the History 112 Syllabi Addendum. This document lays out the evaluation criteria in the course, the grade scale, brief information about major assignments, as well as some class policies. In the social science syllabus addendum, you will find department policies on late assignments, participation, and more. Finally, within the Getting Started tab, you will find your class schedule. To access this schedule, you will need to sign into your DTCC Office 365 account, directions for which you can find at the top of the Getting Started tab here. Your schedule is organized by the week, dates, day, chapters, topics, and the assignments that are due. As stated on your schedule, you have your introduction discussion board due at the end of your first week. Work is always due on Fridays with the exception of Good Friday. Once you are finished with the Getting Started tab, you are ready to move into Unit 1. At the top, you will find an introduction to Unit 1. So welcome to Unit 1 of Post-Civil War History. Unit 1 covers chapters 16 through 19. We begin with chapter 16, Reconstruction, the period directly after the Civil War in which the nation was trying to repair itself. During this chapter, you will learn what it meant to be free and how Black Americans fought to gain a true foothold in American society. This unit will go through the Industrial Revolution, where we see urbanization soar like never before, and will end in the progressive era, where we see a rise in middle-class Americans becoming involved in social reform. Unit 1 will include an introduction discussion board, Chapter 16 discussion board titled 3 Plans, a Mission US assignment, your Chapter 19 Progressive Era discussion board, Quiz 1 and Exam 1. As you scroll down, you will find a student virtual cafe. Here you can ask your classmates questions or discuss the course. Under the cafe, you will find your introduction discussion board assignment. This activity has 2 purposes. First, I want to make sure that you understand and are able to use the discussion board in D2L. Secondly, I would like to learn more about you and your thoughts about history. You are going to respond to the following series of questions with a brief response explaining your beliefs. Respond to at least 2 of your classmates' discussion board posts and interact with those who've responded to your posts. 1, what do you need to succeed in this course? How do you learn? 2, what are you interested in right now? TV shows, movies, music, hobbies, etc. You can choose. And 3, think about your favorite class. What made it your favorite? The purpose of these questions is to get to know you better and to be able to build a course around your learning style. Under each chapter, you can find the corresponding PowerPoint and assignments. For example, under Chapter 17, you have your Chapter 17 PowerPoint, instructions for your 1866 Western Expansion Cheyenne Odyssey assignment, and where to submit it. You will go to Mission US, follow the link, create a free account, go to Play Mission US, select 1866 Westward Expansion, a Cheyenne Odyssey, play the entire game, then answer the following questions in the attachment, Mission, a Cheyenne Odyssey. You will need to play the entire game, as the choices you make will build upon each other and affect where you end up. The game requires a substantial amount of time, so do not procrastinate. The game itself will take around 90 minutes, and you must complete the writing assignment as well. I recommend answering each question as you finish the corresponding part. By creating an account, you're able to save your place in the game. You will then submit the assignment under a Cheyenne Odyssey. These are the questions. You will find the needed information for each chapter. After you read this chapter, you should be able to know this information. For example, for Chapter 17, after completing this chapter, you will be able to describe and discuss the developments of the Industrial Revolution in America after the Civil War, concentrating on the major industries and their leaders. Describe how the United States regional and local markets merged into one national market and how this influenced consumer demand for products and services, as well as some of the costs associated with the transition. Discuss the functioning of national, state, and local politics during the late 1800s, and be able to describe the formation of the early labor unions in the United States, including their goals, activities, and confrontations at the end of the 19th century. You will have this for each chapter. Once you scroll to the end, you will find your Quiz 1 and Exam 1. Your exam consists of multiple choice questions and 2 written response questions. I give you these questions beforehand. You can access them by clicking Exam 1. As you can see, the 2 questions for Exam 1, the 2 written response questions, are explain the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 and examine the ways in which the former slaves' lives changed after the end of the Civil War. How did Black Southerners seek to control their lives and participate in the electoral process? What was the response from white Southerners? Do not click start on your exam until you're ready to complete the entire exam. Under major assignments, you will find instructions for your mid-semester project and your final research paper. Your mid-semester project is a group project which you will conduct a battle analysis of a major US battle during World War II. You get to pick which battle you would like. Look over the instructions, and we will go over this information more later in the semester. Lastly, your final research paper will be on how America's policies toward immigrants have changed since 1865. You will trace America's policies from 1865 until now and create a thesis for your paper. Your thesis needs to be well developed, supported by evidence, and must contain at least 4 sources, 3 of which need to be scholarly sources. We will discuss this more in the future as well. That is it for now. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for viewing this video, and let's have an amazing semester. Thank you.